Brentford against Gillingham tonight, live. A closer look at Gillingham now, and one man in particular who's got a vested interest in this match finishing in the 1 tie. Graham Simmons reports.
They weren't best pleased here in Gillingham when they were drawn away from home in the first round, but the groundsman was absolutely delighted. Bill File doesn't take too kindly to people messing about playing football on his prize pitch.
See, when the boys don't put them green side up no more.
The feeling here is that Bill might get a bit upset if there's a replay, so the pressure's on the players to finish the job first time around. But the form book suggests that might be a tall order. Gillingham are a division adrift of Brentford, they're a young squad, and this is a big occasion for them.
Being live on television, which will be a new experience for some of our players, particularly the younger ones, I think the concentration is going to be vitally important. Brentford are flying very high and a very, very strong side.
Potentially, Gillingham are a nice blend. There's precocious youth with the likes of 19-year-old Peter Beadle and Neil Smith, signed from Spurs just last week, and they're complemented by an established strike force, David Crown, and the former Welsh international, Steve Lovell. Another man with international aspirations is goalkeeper Harvey Lim. His father's Chinese, and he's trying hard to convince Peking that he's both eligible and available for the national squad.
The club has sent a couple of faxes and letters to the Chinese FA, and we're just waiting to hear back now.
You haven't heard anything yet?
No, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Head up, Demo. Keep your head up.
But then this is a club that's packed with characters, none more so than manager Damien Richardson. He's been known to bend a linesman's ear for fully 50 yards, particularly when the opposition have just scored from an offside position. Commitment here is total.
I love the game, but I love more than anything else the participation, the involvement and the emotion. And sometimes I get carried away, not as much as a lot of people do, but again, that's part of it. I always have referees and linesmen into my office after the game, and we have a couple of drinks, always.
Gillingham's not a club that's ever been married to success, but they've had a couple of steamy affairs with the FA Cup. In 1970, they reached round 5, and in 1984, the eventual winners Everton took 3 goes to subdue them in the 3rd round. That when a certain Steve Bruce and Tony Cascarino played for Gillingham, and one Andy Gray was still poaching goals for Everton. But these days, the club's better known in some quarters as fanzine football. Last year, it was voted Fanzine of the Year. And believe it or not, it's called Brian Moore's Head Looks Uncannily Like London Planetarium, a title that's short, snappy, and highly libellous.
It's a line out of a song, if you can believe that, by Half Man Half Biscuit. The song's called Dickie Davies' Eyes. But they tend to write strange songs like that, lots of football references.
And have you had any writs or solicitor's letters from Brian Moore yet?
Not yet, no.
The latest edition leads on the shock horror exclusive of a recent Gillingham away win. No one here would object to a similar result this evening. The groundsman's just hoping for anything but a draw.
Good evening to you, Brian, incidentally, if you're with us. That's the club. Team's been named. Let's introduce you.
Harvey Lim is the Gillingham goalkeeper, born in England, but as the surname suggests, from a Chinese family. Right back, Tim O'Shea learnt his trade at Tottenham, and he's represented the Republic of Ireland at youth level. Paul Clark previously gave great service to Southend, where for a time he was their player-manager, and alongside Clark is Alan Walker, who cost £50,000 from Millwall in 1988. Carl Elsey is the left-back. He's done the rounds. He rejoined Gillingham from Maidstone in the summer. In midfield, Mark O'Connor, who started his career just down the road from here at Queen's Park Rangers. Steve Lovell has played 6 times for Wales, very versatile. He's been switched this season from striker to a deeper role. Neil Smith is Gillingham's newest recruit. A loan spell from Spurs will be turned tomorrow into a permanent transfer. And Mark Dempsey, who's only 18, an Irish lad who operates on the left of midfield. In attack, there's David Crown, who began his league career with Brentford 11 years ago. At 33, he's lost little of his capacity for spectacular goals. Whilst Peter Beadle is only 19, and he has the talent to go far in football, he'll be under the surveillance of the First Division scouts again tonight. The Gillingham manager, a fine player for the club in his day, Damien Richardson. Alan Walker won with Telford United at Wembley in the FA Trophy. And now it's Holdsworth. Is this the first for Brentford? Brentford players forward, all of them at the moment onside. Gale. Oh! A crack cracking goal from the man in form. Everything that Holsworth hits ends up in the back of the net.
Certainly got a huge load of confidence, that boy, hasn't he? And you have to feel for Gillingham, don't you? Just when it looked they were back in the game with a real chance, Dean Holsworth comes along and destroys them. Marcus Gale looks to play it first time. He beats the offside trap, knocks it across goal, and I'll tell you something, there's nothing you can do about that.
And then it wriggled away as though the ball was charged with electricity. And Gillingham have a goal. Alan Walker came bundling in, and it flew in via a deflection, and a mere hint of a smile from Damien Richardson, who is still worrying, I'm sure, about Peter Beadle's departure, but he's still in this cup tie.
Yeah, and it's a great cross as it comes out for. Alan Walker's the one that gets in, but this is going wide, this header. And there, who does it hit? On the back, the ex-Gillingham player, Billy Manuel. But this gives him a real lifeline. A great ball in from Mark Dempsey. Alan Walker comes in, that's going wide, hits him in the back, and then it goes.
Corner to Brentford. This is Terry Evans, and Gary Blissett has settled some nerves at Griffin Park. 3-1 now to Brentford. And Gillingham, at a time when they were more than suggesting that they were capable of at least taking this to a second match, well, the climb is much, much steeper now.
Many times we said, that's it, only to be wrong again.
Arnott trying to get in front. Smith. Across from Elsie. Walker! Alan Walker again! 3-2. Ashley Bayes cannot believe it. And is it going to go Gillingham's way? It's certainly given them renewed hope.
Well, I said I didn't think they were out it. They needed some luck, or they needed a header of this quality. That is a magnificent header, right into the far corner. Watch this cross come over. It's a first-time cross, in it comes. But watch this for a header. Comes in, gets up. Oh, that's a brilliant.
And hooked away by Millen. Gillingham totally committed now to trying to stay in the cup here. Walker staying forward. A great header too for Arnott. And here's Smith! Oh, fantastic finish! 3-3. Neil Smith. And Gillingham on the pitch and off it. Absolutely thrilled here.
Yes, and it's no more than their place deserve. Alan Walker plays a huge part again by winning a great header. They get a little bit of luck, but look at that for a finish from Neil Smith.
Neil Smith, who's been languishing in Tottenham's reserve team. Gillingham gave him the chance with a loan spell. He's on the point of signing. He'll sign tomorrow for a permanent contract, and he'll do